Cereal Bowl records. To be honest, I had some of the records in my record collection, but like a normal person buys records, you tend to look at the name of the band. So this was my first actual known one.
Is that last show on the camera when we were? Was it Incisions right at the start of the festival when we went over and stuck it on your camera? Didn't it? Was it later on
the weekend? Definitely, aye.
No, it was Frankie Stubbs. Yeah, I rolled into Frankie Stubbs and I was surrounded, well, not surrounded such, but a whole line of big, broad-shouldered people from Sunderland. I thought, well, how am I going to video this? And I videoed a bit between the shoulders, and then, like one of them old 50s or 40s horror movies, these creepy hands came and very gently put that on. Who was it? Was that you?
No, it was Ben. Ben's downstairs.
No wonder he stopped downstairs. He knew it. Because all I saw was the hand, because I was doing Frankie Stubbs. But I thought, well, I'm going to have to check you guys out. And I've kept that on for the reason of being that when I'm at festivals, I'll go through a few batteries. Yeah. And sometimes you're halfway through a band, and then afterwards you think, I can't remember which battery's the one worn out. So this is always my first battery. So if I go searching a one, I know this one's dead. So that's for life.
So it's a serial ball battery now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did notice after the festival, some of the bands we was filming, they had like Cereal Bowl stickers stuck on. Zero, again, if you look at the footage, he's on like in the dance floor, and he's got...
It's literally just down to us, fucking just sticking them on everything we possibly can.
Yeah, it's just us being like, you know, we've had a few beers, we're all big kids really, and just going around sticking stickers everywhere and on people and stuff, just making games of it, like, you know, making it fun.
Yeah, definitely kings of the sticker bombs. But anyway, Cereal Bowl Records, I think you started somewhere around the same time MPRV. We started 2015, but I think you guys 2016.
Yeah, 2016,
Yeah. Are you all regional members, or...?
So I moved up here only 2 years ago myself, but everyone else is, I say up here, like I mean Sunderland, not Manchester, but so I'm from Essex originally, but I moved up and I met Ben in the pub that I work in. I work in a pub called the Ship Isis in Sunderland, and I had a Pizza Tramp t-shirt on, and he'd come over to us and he was like, that t-shirt's class, mate. And I was like, thank you, and we got talking, and I think it was like literally, that was a Thursday, and I think Cereal Bowl had a gig on the Sunday. And just straight away, I was made to feel like family, you know, like, and it made me want to stay in Sunderland. The welcome that I was given by everyone, like involved with the collective, like was fantastic for me. Like I knew two people in Sunderland, like when I originally moved to Sunderland. I knew my cousin and my cousin's lass, like, and that was it. I didn't know anyone else in Sunderland, and straight away I was made to feel massively welcome, like, and I'll always be grateful for that.
Part of the family straight away, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, mate, it was fantastic. Like, it literally, like, if it wasn't for these people, I don't think I'd still be in Sunderland. So, like, thank you.
We'll keep you there forever.
That's it. I'm not going anywhere now.
Yeah. Who come up with the name of Cereal Bowl Records, and why Cereal Bowl?
That's a strange one. Because our late friend Dickie Hammond, who passed a few years ago, he had this, not saying, but he used to call people bowls. So if you're like, you know, if you're a bit touched, in Dickie's words, you're a looper, which means like you're a loop. And loop got changed to looper, and he came up with the name bowl. So we were in a meeting, the original meeting, and we thought about names, and a couple of names were mentioned, and it was one of the lads, Dean, an ex-member, and he says, about Cereal Bowl. And we went, it's a good idea. So,
What was it before that? What were we putting?
Face Melter.
Face Melter.
Yeah, it was the original was Face Melter.
Promotions, Then it moved to that,
I actually like Cereal Bowl. I don't know why. I just like the logo. And what made you decide to actually start it as a label?
Well, that was getting up through Dickie. He was like, you know, our closest friend, and Dick was always into music, because we all know that. So I think when he passed, we just wanted to keep the legacy of Dickie going. So we thought, put gigs on the Museum Vault. That's where he drank. That's where we all drink. And then from there, I've just moved on to form a record label and a collective. So it is a collective as such. I mean, we've got a lot of members in the collective. Some have got an active part in what we do, and some have got it's a silent part and just there to be part of something. But we've all got roles. We've all got different. Different. It all's got the same what we do. There's no hierarchy in what we do. If we've got an idea, we go with it. And that's how we work, really.
Yeah, it's quite versatile in terms of the bands that we get on, because we've all got different music tastes. I mean, we all love punk, but there's different elements of punk that we all love. So we try our hardest to fucking mix it up and.
Definitely get some proper eclectic lineups. That there'll be a bit of. I mean, what's the one you've got coming up that's like a lad that does that's like a grime artist?
Hip-hop, We'll try our best to just push artists from where we are as well, you know what I mean, and give them a platform, because we have built it up over the past few years, and I feel like now they'll have somebody to play to, you're guaranteed pretty much for the Vaults gig to be busy and packed. So that's where we normally put gigs on at the museum vaults, and we've got quite a good following, so we're giving it enough showcase to artists out there as well, which is sick.
It's DIY as well, and also with the gigs that they put on the museum vaults, it gives some of the younger bands in Sunderland and the surrounding area, it gives them sometimes possibly their first chance of a gig, and gets them out to a wider audience and stuff like that. So it doesn't just benefit Sunderland, it's everybody that's interested in DIY punk and any sort of sub-genre of the music, really.
Do you approach bands to be on your label? Do you sit back and let bands approach you, and then you have to?
We do, Pike will tell you, we do get a lot of shit come through Facebook Messenger and stuff that we're just but yeah, I think we know what's going to fit and what's going to go well with us and the right type of band. Would you agree?
I just if we like something, we put it out.
Yeah.
If you go through our back catalogues of different genres of music, I mean, what is punk? Do you know what I mean? Is it post-punk? Is it hardcore? Is it pre-punk? It's fucking hell, man. It's if it's something that we like, we'll put it out, and that's what bands like from us as well. We just we'll stick it out. If it sells itself, if it doesn't. It's it is what it is.
Yeah, I've noticed the mixture, because you got Tie Down, who are an excellent band, and Rank. But then you'll go to say, I don't know, Tearjerker on your label or not?
They're not on our label. They're good friends of the label.
Yeah.
One about Good Friends is a member of Serial Bowl, but he's either band and on Serial Bowl.
Which is another label we've worked closely with in the past as well.
Yeah. You got Clayface as well. I did actually buy that record off Archie, so that's one. I think that was the first one I realised. Then when I went through my record collection, I think then I've got one in the Naturals. I think they're on your label, and I thought, they're on the. Yeah, if you saw my record collection, you'd understand how I would just lose stuff.
That was our first release, wasn't it? That and Jaded Eyes came out about the same time, and that was EP set in Jaded Eyes 7-inch.
Jimmy Floyd has a band before Natras and Jaded Eyes. Maybe in the same year, yeah.
Definitely the same. But yeah.
I think we're working closely with Slalom D, Born Shit Stirrers, Toronto Blessings, and we've got an album with Diaz Brothers that's getting recorded the next few months, so that'll be coming out on Serial Bowl as well. Yeah,
that's the singer of H2Q, if I remember right, So I'm tapping into my 80s stuff.
Just before we had this interview, I was talking about a photo, the thing that I spoke to you about that you've done over lockdown. And you were like, "Oh Ben, what's this?" And I sat and watched it all, and there's a fantastic clip of Golly, and he's jumping about that high, and you've captured him perfectly. I was saying to Pikey, I'll have to find the photo, because it's a fantastic photo that you got. I remember seeing that, I think it might be right on the last one, in the end credits, if I remember rightly. But he's absolutely limping.
I remember years ago, it was ESCQ instigators, Tez and Golly, and used to have jump off to see who could jump the highest.
You were saying that earlier, weren't you? Because we were speaking earlier, and you said you would never get a photo when somebody wasn't on the all.
That was into. I remember the one time HD played The Mermaid, and a singer was running right through the dance floor, halfway up the wall, and then back down, like, and then just picking his microphone up. But
You can still do it, you know.
yeah.
Golly, you'll be watching this, you can still do it.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you heard it here first,
I don't know about Tess, like, I think Tess put a bit weight on, but Golly can still do it.
There was, besides the record label, you do an all-dayer. Is it an all-dayer or just a mini one?
It's
Or
like a little mini all day. It's
Ballfest?
Ballfest, yeah. We do the same type of gigs every Sunday, but Ballfest is just like more of an expansive lineup.
Yeah.
Maybe a bigger band or someone that's impressed us through the year. It's just a little bit longer. That's all that is. But it's something that's.
so is it just one all-dayer a year?
Yeah.
And then you just do some small gigs when it...
So like usually 2 or 3 bands like on like at least one Sunday a month, isn't it? Like, you know, sometimes more. But
We've done a few different all days in the past. Some we've done and we've donated to local charities, and some have been in other venues because the bands are bigger and we need a bigger platform, things like that.
Crazy some of the Vaults gigs on that. I got Peter Trump there a few weeks ago, and fucking hell, it was absolutely was like face to face reach. It was
Really?
great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The maddest ones I saw in there was Il Compresso. When Dario, the lead singer, was held upside down and he was walking across the ceiling while singing, kicked his tooth.
Fella still got knocked out.
So he was being like crowd surfed backwards, and like Ben lifted him up in front of me. I didn't have enough time to lift my hands up, so as he was coming over my head, he swung his foot back and kicked my tooth out. Like, I've got like shards of a tooth left here. Yeah.
When he hit the floor, he broke 2 of his fingers, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And sprained his ankle.
And his ankle, yeah.
Rebellion weekend as well, which wasn't the best, like, because they were playing Rebellion as well, weren't
I
they?
saw him at Rebellion and he went, "Hey you, Sunderland, fucking crazy."
His ankle literally was like a balloon. He took his boot off, like he was wearing Dr. Martens. He took his Dr. Marten off, like I thought he'd broken his, like I don't think he had, but I think it looked like he'd broken his ankle. His ankle ballooned up like massively, like so like, oh, that looks sore.
Yeah. They played the year before as well. Remember, Dario got his tooth knocked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, before
What, is it
that.
like 2 for a tooth, eye for an eye? Is that what he was doing? Like,
An ankle for an ankle.
He's actually been back and stopped with his missus and his kids, didn't he?
Yeah, they
Separate
came for
from
a
the
little
band.
holiday because they had such a nice time.
They enjoyed it that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and brought the little boy.
Like, last time they played, they all wore Sunderland shirts as well, didn't they? They went across to the fan museum.
Oh, yeah,
Like
right.
when they played, was it like a Thursday night or something? they played?
Yeah, it was
They
a
all-
Thursday night gig.
Yeah, they
wasn't
went
it?
across to the across the fan museum and then went on a stadium tour. And then the whole band, when they were playing, were wearing Sunderland shirts, which was a nice touch.
I'm not shocked by the Sunderland, obviously. That always seems to float around. But while we're on the subject of aggressive music, knocked out teeth, broken limbs, we then go to the other extreme that you're doing poetry. And you're doing it at this festival.
I am. I'm on tomorrow at the Sandbar at 2:10. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the way I deliver it's quite aggressive. It's not like your general general delivery from a poet. Like I'm not standing there.
I'll definitely say it's in your face.
I
110%.
I want it to be like I want it to be punk. Like my delivery is punk. Do you know what I mean? I want you to know like what I'm saying is what I'm passionate about. What I'm saying. Like I'm not going to stand there and talk about like I don't know like boats on the river or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I mean it'd be fitting. I do live in Sunderland now, but it's that's not like like I like to talk about political issues. Like I like to talk about like things that have affected me, like with mental health, like and stuff like that. Like I think issues that hopefully people can relate to, do you know what I mean? Like working class issues, like and just the way that the government are basically like are quite happy to treat us all like shit, like and fuck us all over. And do you know what? That's not okay. Do you know what I mean? Just because you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth doesn't mean that like I don't know, like 95% of the country weren't, and so that's what I'm about.
So you cover kind of all subjects, but it's all. I mean, do you just got like a set day you sit down do poetry, or is it just I'm in the mood to do it, I'm going to write something down?
I started writing so a lot of things have I've written like snippets or something will pop into my head. I might be on a bus or I might be just walking to work or something and words will come into my head, so I'll write them down. Some have been written to be like songs, and then I've broken the songs down into poems, because the band or the project that I was working on at that time didn't end up being like a band. So I've just taken it and like turned it into a poem rather than being a song. Or I've taken just bits and pieces like that. I mean, Billy Bragg was a massive influence for me growing up, and like the way that he writes and like the structure and stuff. I took a lot of that. Like Crass again were massive for me. Again, like Steve Ignorant, and the way that the words like kind of like dance, and there's patterns in the words and stuff that all influenced me. Like, and then it just made me want to write. And I was like, right, okay, like how can I do this in a medium and say exactly what I want to say without having to answer to potentially like 4 or 5 different people and run the lyrics by them? Like, it was like, well, if I just do it myself, it's just me. The only person I've got to answer to like is me. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this a go. And let's see. Started off like playing like just poetry nights and stuff like in Southend when I lived there, and then I moved up here like and moved in Sunderland again like and started getting put on with punk bands and that. And I was like, well, this works perfectly for me and my message and the way I want to put it across. And it's just, you know, it's getting. I seem to be doing better and better, which is class. Like, you know, people, again, thank you to Cereal Bowl, because, like, you know, if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think I would have got the elevation with it that I have. So, yeah, thank you. I didn't think 2 years ago that I'd be, you know, on the line-up for, like, my favourite festival. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
You were saying that last year as well.
It's mental, like,
it's
yeah.
Crazy.
Are you nervous about tomorrow? Like,
I'm not. It hasn't really.
A little bit.
or you sort of like, I'm going to get on there and let
It
rip.
hasn't really hit me yet. I think when I'm stood there, I'm just enjoying my weekend. I'm enjoying watching bands. I'm enjoying hanging around with mates. Like, it's, I mean, this festival is where I met my partner a year ago as well. Like, so it's, you know, I've got a lot of this place, Manchester, especially this festival, is like particularly special to me. Like, it's just a quality place. Like, it's just fantastic. I mean, I remember saying to you guys before you come, like, you know, like there's not any other festival like Manchester Punk Festival. There's something about it. Like, people can just be who they want to be. Like, as long as you're not a dickhead, like, you're all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's class. That's the way things should be everywhere. Like, you know.
Yeah. Because I know James Domestic is on after you, and he's put his poetry in print. Have you thought, or have you even put it in print?
I did like a little zine, but we Ben and I like done it. Ben, like, I've just sent my poems and stuff, and he put it all together. But we only had about enough ink to do like 10 copies or something, when it, Ben? Talk when the devil in he appears, like, it's
I'm afraid while your back was turned, you've been grassed up on who put this on.
I've done a good job of getting that on there.
Yeah, you did. Very gentle, but I've used chisels and everything in truth to get it off, and I've just like decided to stick with what I got. But I found out who the hand was. I should have figured with the tattoos, but when you're videoing on the band, honestly, that you won't believe what's going on. That doesn't catch the eye, like, you know. But I'll let you guys get back to your stall and whatever. But I really appreciate, and if anyone's looking in, it's not just TNS Records. There's around England's and all, there's other labels like TNS, Cereal Bowl, basically covering the far north bands and whoever else that tickles the fancy. And then TNS obviously cover a lot of the Manchester scene. But thanks, guys, not just for the interview, but what you do for the scene, because it does count. Yeah. No worries.
Cheers, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers, thank you. So this one is about a lady who thankfully is dead now, and has been dead for a few years. About Margaret Thatcher, horrible bitch she was. Yeah, this one's about her. It's about Tory Britain. It's about the fact that things that happened years ago, like, are still present in everyday life now. Like, we should have moved forward, and unfortunately, underneath the Tory party, we're unable to do so. Like, and that's shit. Like, how the hell they're still in control of this country? So, I'm guessing everyone in this room, like, has the right to vote. I'm guessing everyone has the ability to vote. Please, please, please get out there and vote. Like,
please do it, because I don't want any more time underneath the Tory party, and hopefully no one else in this room does. You know. So this one's about the Tory party. This one's about how unfortunately they're still in power, and things that should have been abolished fucking years ago haven't. Thatcher's Britain is still very much alive. They're happy to watch us struggle as they all fucking strive. It's Thatcher's Britain is still very much alive. There's no love for the working class. So you, Maggie Thatcher, you can kiss my arse. Yes, you, Maggie Thatcher, you can kiss my fucking arse. And I hope you turn in your grave saying, "Oh, young man, why won't you behave?" And I'll tell you why, Maggie, because there's no love for the working class. So you, Rishi Sunak, you can kiss my arse. Yes, you, Rishi Sunak, you can kiss my arse. Because there's no love for the working class. So you, Tory Britain, you can kiss my fucking arse. Right, I think it'll be alright because I asked this question earlier. As I said, no one here is a royalist, no one here is a Tory. Like I had a little while ago, like I quite often walk into the crowd while I'm performing, but I'm really hungover today, so I did it at a festival. I won't name the festival. I did it at a festival a little while ago, and I had someone square up to me and get in my face because of my political opinion and views. And like, surely you do a little bit of research before you come and watch someone play. Do you know what I mean? Like, and Lambrini girls were on after me, and I was like, well, they're going to be saying the same things as me. Like, you might not want to be here. Do you know what I mean? But hey ho, that happened. Right, yeah, and it was it was actually during this poem. So I'm not a royalist. In fact, I'm far from it. The thought of the monarchy makes me want to vomit. I'm not into flag shagging, not into fancy bunting. Remember, these are the same cunts that condone fox hunting. So as I used to say, off with their heads. And hey, at least we'll get another bank holiday when he's dead. How am I doing time-wise, Henry? I feel like I'm like rushing through everything.
Let me have a little look for you, mate. You've got another 12 minutes.
12, really?
I'm nearly done. I'll pay you regardless.
Thank you. Well, I've been Benny Rabble, thank you very much.
I won't pay you the full amount.
I'm actually, I don't know how I've like flown through that so quickly. I'm actually on my last poem for this afternoon. I've done like, yeah, obviously I'm going a million miles per hour, so apologies. Actually not, yeah. So this one is about alcohol and my struggles with alcohol and my mental health and how the two have always gone hand in hand. Like, and I drink to try and make myself feel better, but actually I end up feeling like a million times worse. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. Do you know what I mean? You drink to suppress, you drink to suppress feelings and like stop you feeling a certain way, but the next day you get up and you feel like a million times worse. And I used to do that a lot. I've got a lot better now. Like I tend to only drink when I'm in a good headspace rather than to suppress feelings. So this one's about that. Shaving my head every other day and carrying myself in a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that I am okay. So I can't walk past the shop without grabbing 4 beers. The feeling of numbness is burning tears, fighting my demons and facing my fears. Vice after vice, I just need some advice to help me to cope with my day-to-day life. Doctors don't speak the same language as me. I don't get their jargon, I have a degree, because our brains just aren't wired the same way, you see? Thank you.